Lent Day 8. Scripture, Psalm 23, 4-5. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. The feast God prepares for me before my enemies is not mere food, but a symbol of hospitality, signifying a lavish banquet. The oil poured on my head is a sign of welcoming a precious guest into the home with respect and protection. Just as a shepherd anoints sheep with oil to guard them from pests and wounds, God means to say He tenderly cares for us, even amidst the threats of enemies and the tensions of life. The language of enemies in Psalms and God's tender care. The term enemy is sometimes used as an extreme or emotional expression. Yet its content is not violence or anger, but a prayer appealing to God for just judgment against evil. The life of the believer overflows even amidst injustice and undeserved suffering, because God, who repays with righteousness, is present. The cup overflows not after suffering ends, but right in the midst of that suffering. God is with us even in the shadow of death and in the midst of enemies, never abandoning us. The certain evidence of the past and the perfect promise of the future. Simultaneously, the reward God bestows upon me is the certainty that a perfect banquet table without enemies, the marriage supper of the Lamb, is prepared. Revelation 19:7. Yet we can lift this cup of joy only because Jesus Christ drank the cup of wrath in my place. Matthew 26:39. In this faith, our present life is a place of grace, where we are not forsaken even in suffering, and simultaneously a path of hope toward the glorious reward to come. Therefore, the confession, "My cup overflows," becomes a declaration of faith, affirming God's goodness and unconditional love. As we enter Lent, may we deeply meditate on God's paradoxical love, who permits enemies and suffering, yet pours out blessings and anoints us in the midst of it. May Christ's comfort and abundant grace be with us, in this grace confirmed by the cross, and in the hope of the future perfect reward. Questions for application. In the reality where enemies and suffering still remain, what does it mean to entrust all your emotions and circumstances to the Lord and trust Him?